Good morning, student. I am Dr. Manju. Today we will discuss next chapter for the biology. So, in this chapter, we will discuss about the tissue. Next, what is the tissue? Actually, tissue is the group of cell that perform a particular functions in the body is called the tissue. So in this chapter we will discuss tissue in a simple way. So how the tissue are made. So first, in the next chapter we will discuss about the cell. So when the many cells are combined, it form a tissue. Clear? Like it's a single cell. When the single cells comes in a group, single cells comes in a group, and now it form a tissue. Tissue perform a specific function. So the many tissue are combined, it form a organ. Now the organ form a organ system. So as all of you know, our body is made up of many systems, such as the respiratory system, that is used for the respiration, digestive system, reproductive system, excretory system. So all of system is made up from the organs. So now ultimately these organs are made up of tissue, and tissue is made up of cells. So in case of the multicellular organism, the division of labor is present. We already discussed about the division of labor. So the division of labor is a characteristic feature of eukaryotic cell, because eukaryotic cell is made up of multi cells. Clear? So what it's mean of division of labor means the specific cell or tissue perform a specific function. For example, in case of the human body, there is some cell that is specialized for the respiration, so that is from the respiratory system. Clear? These cells perform only a function of respiration, that's why. And the cells, some group of cells perform a function of digestion. Clear? And form the digestive system, and some cell perform a reproduction, and these cells are the part of the reproductive system. So the division of labor means some cells are specialized for a particular function is present in case of the multicellular organism and eukaryotic organism, as we know. So, what is the basic definition of the tissue? A group of cells that are similar in structure and origin and perform similar function is called the tissue. Clear? And the study of tissue is called the histology. So, it's a point you have to learn it. And what is the histology? And histology is the study of tissue. So here in this diagram you can see it's a nucleus, and also made up of tissue, and it's a mitochondria that is also made up of tissue that perform ATP production, and these are the cardiac muscles, and these are the heart muscles. Clear? And circulatory system, all these are made up of specialized tissue. So next, what is the utility of tissue in case of the multicellular organism? So we already discussed about that. uh, Tissue are made muscle cells, and muscle cells are take part in the movement. Clear? And such as the contract or cells and relax. So next are the specialized cells that perform a specific function. Nerve cells carry the message, and blood is also a connective tissue that connect your all body parts. And in case of the plant, the tissue is also present, that is a vascular tissue. So vascular tissue are the xylem and phloem. Xylem is conduct water in the plant, while the phloem conduct the food or transport the food from one part to the another part in the plant. So that's why in case of the multicellular organism, division of labor present, but in case of the prokaryotic system, a single cell, for example, amoeba can perform all function. So that's why the division of labor is absent in case of the prokaryotic system. Now, Plants and animal made up of same tissue are plants and animals made up of same tissue. There is a lot of difference between the animal tissue and the plant tissue. So in this chapter we will discuss plant tissue and animal tissue separately. So let's see what is the difference between the animal tissue and plant tissue. Now first, animal tissue. Since animal require more energy, clear, as we know we have the function of locomotion, so they have the more living tissue, while in case of the plant there is no locomotion and the plants are the stationary, so that's why it required less energy as compared to the animal tissue. Next difference, animal move from one place to other place in search of food, shelter, and hence they need more energy and their more tissue are living. But in case of the plants, most tissue provide structural strength, because in case of the plant, strength is more required as compared to the animal. So the tissue that provide the strength are present more in case of the plant. So most of the these tissue are the dead in case of the plant and can provide the mechanical strength as easy as living ones and need less maintenance in case of the plant tissue. Next difference, cell growth is uniformly distributed in case of animal tissue, while in case of the plant tissue, growth is limited to the certain regions. Structural organization of organ in organ system is more specialized and more complex in case of the animal tissue as compared to the plant tissue. As we know, the plant is not much more complex and it's a less complex as compared to the animal tissue. Now, due to the difference in structure and function of the plant and animal, they are made up of different type of tissue. So in this chapter, next we will discuss what is the difference between animal tissue and plant tissue. So we will discuss it separately. And through this flow chart we will understand what type of tissue are present in case of plant. So in case of plant, basically two type of tissue are present. First is the meristematic tissue, next is a permanent tissue. Now the meristematic tissue, what is the meristematic tissue? These are the meristematic tissue are present in those regions in the plant where the continuous cell division is take place. We will discuss cell division in first chapter. So cell is divide, clear, and the parent cell is divided and form the daughter cell. So the root tip, shoot tip, these are the actively dividing region in case of the plant. So meristematic tissue are present at the place in the plant where the cells are actively divided. Now after the division, cell perform a particular function. So now the meristematic tissue after some time convert into a permanent tissue. So the permanent tissue are the mature cells and are incapable of cell division. When, or in the simple word you can understand, when the cell division is stop in meristematic tissue, now this tissue is converted into the permanent tissue. So permanent tissue perform a specific function. We can study here on the basis of the function. Permanent tissue are two types. First is the simple permanent tissue, next is the complex permanent tissue. So now simple permanent tissue, for our study point of view, we again divide in three types: parenchyma cells, collenchyma cell, sclerenchyma cells. Parenchyma and collenchyma is also called the chlorenchyma. Now the next, complex tissue composed of more than one type of cell. In case of the plant, these are the xylem cells and phloem cells. Xylem is made up of xylem vessels and tracheids, while the phloem is made up of sieve tissue and companion cells. So you have to learn this diagram, and one by one we will discuss it in details. Now is the meristematic tissue. So first we already discussed the meristematic tissue are present at the, you can see here, this is the shoot tip. So you can see here the at the apical region of the root or apical region of the shoot. apical region of the shoot. So this is the actively dividing region, and here the cell division is more, and cell are the living cell, more living cells, and more DNA content is present in this cell. So these are the apical meristem. Next you can see, and it's a intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem is responsible for increasing length of plant. Clear? Or now it's a lateral meristem. So now we will see here, have the power of division. Already we have discussed the meristematic tissue have the capability of the division, cell division. Now increase the length of the plant and girth of the plant, girthness, thickness of the plant, and found in the growing area of the plants. The new cells that are produced by the meristems are similar to the meristem, but as they grow, their the characteristics change and they differentiate. Differentiate means when the cell perform a particular functions, now that is called the differentiation. Characteristics of the meristematic tissue, or you can say the cells present. Now what is the characteristic feature of the cell that is present at the meristematic region? So you can understand, first these cells are the living or actively dividing. It have the dense cytoplasm and thin cellulose wall and prominent nuclei, because already I have discussed with you, and the cells are perform active cell division here. So, and lack of vacuoles, as the vacuoles provide the rigidity to the cells and prevent quick cell division. So that's why the vacuoles are absent at the apical region. So it's a very important question. So why the vacuoles are absent at the meristematic tissue? Because vacuoles provide rigidity, and there is no rigidity required at all at this in this cells. And there the function of the apical meristem, or you can say the meristematic tissue, it's a cell division. So it having a dense nuclei and prominent nucleus, dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus. So prevent quick cell division, cell need a dense cytoplasm and soft cell wall for the cell division. Now on the basis of the location, the meristematic tissue again divide in three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. So first is the apical meristem. Apical meristem, what is apical meristem? Already we discussed the growing tip of the shoot and root. Now increase the length or height of the plant, and it's called the primary growth. Now intercalary meristem at the base of the leaf or internode, increase the length of organ like leaves and internode. Clear? Increase the length of organ like leaves and internodes. Next is the lateral meristem, found in the woody tree and plants. Woody tree in the plants you can see in case of the neem plant, and in case of the people plants, the stem girth is more. है So here the lateral meristem is responsible for the secondary growth in the plant. So for the secondary growth, what is involved for the secondary growth? It's a cork cambium. It's a cork cambium found beneath of the bark, and vascular cambium found in the vascular bundles. So this cambium ring, you can learn, this cambium ring is responsible for the secondary growth in case of the plant, and secondary growth is you can see in case of the neem, people, all these banyan tree. So increase the diameter and the girth of the plant. Now next is the permanent tissue. So tissue that comes from the meristematic tissue and mature is called the permanent tissue. Already we have discussed, when the meristematic tissue stop the division, cell division, now it's convert into the permanent tissue and perform a specific function. So the more dead cells are present, and they lost the power of divide. Permanent tissue having a definite shape, size and function, and maybe permanent tissue may be dead or living. Clear? So process by which the cell arises from the meristematic tissue and take up a permanent tissue. So this is called the differentiation. This is called the differentiation. Means cell perform a specific function, and now that is called the differentiation. So you can see here what is the type of the permanent tissue. First is permanent tissue are the simple permanent tissue. Next is the complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue, it's a parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Next, complex permanent tissue, xylem and phloem in case of the plant. So now the type of the simple permanent tissue. First is the parenchyma. Now we learn what is the characteristic feature of the parenchyma. These are the living cell. Clear? And unspecialized and undifferentiated cells with a thin cell wall and made up of cellulose have the large intracellular space as the cell are the loosely packed. Here the cells are the loosely packed. Intracellular space means the space between the cell is more in case of the parenchyma tissue. So the cell have the nucleus, dense cytoplasm and large vacuole. Clear? So these are called the parenchyma cells. Now, what is the function of the parenchyma cells? Provide support to the plants, and parenchyma of the stem and roots store nutrient. Clear? So and water. Now it's called the storage parenchyma. And what is contain if the parenchyma contain the chloroplast having the chlorophyll and perform photosynthesis. Now this parenchyma cells is called the chlorenchyma. Keep it in your mind. If parenchyma cells develop chloroplast, now it perform photosynthesis. This type of parenchyma cells is called the chlorenchyma. Next, if the parenchyma cells is specialized for providing the buoyancy, in case of the plants that is present in water, you can see the plants present in a water. For example, lotus float on the surface. Why? Because the cells of parenchyma cells of lotus develop vacuoles that store the water, that store the gases. Clear? And provide the buoyancy. So this type of cell is called the parenchyma cells. In the simple word, if parenchyma cells develop vacuoles, air vacuoles that provide the buoyancy to the plant, that cells is called the parenchyma cells. Now, next cells are the collenchyma cells. These also are the living cells. And what is the characteristic feature of the collenchyma cells? It provides the flexibility to the plant cells in case of the leaf, in case of the stem. During the wind conditions, plants are turn, but it's not break easily. So that flexibility is provided by the collenchyma cells. So now let we study what is the characteristic feature of the collenchyma cells. These also are living cells. So these are the living cells and elongated and regularly thick at the corner. You can see here structure. Okay. So it having a cell wall and vacuole, nucleus also, and it is thick at the corners. Made up of cellulose and pectins cellulose or pectins have very less and no intracellular space between the cell present here, and provide flexibility and mechanical support. It's very important. Okay, provide flexibility and mechanical support to the aerial part of the plants like as leaf and stem and allow them to bend. Next cell you can study, it's a sclerenchyma cells. These are the dead cells and provide strength to the plant. Long, narrow, thick-walled cells due to the deposition of the lignin. What is the lignin? Lignin, chemical substance which acts as a cement and hardness them. So such cells wall are called the lignified wall and have the pits. No intracellular space due to the lignin deposition. You can see in case of the collenchyma there is a no intracellular space. In case of chlorenchyma there is no intracellular space, but intracellular space means the space between the cell is present in case of the parenchyma cells. So cells do not have a nucleus and cytoplasm gives rigidity and strength to the plants. Clear? So parenchyma cell, first parenchyma and collenchyma both are the living cell, but sclerenchyma is a dead cells. It's a first very important difference. Next, it provide the basically strength, है ना? So it's the lignified cells. So make it hard and tough to bear the stress and strain. Stress. For example, you can see the hard covering of the coconut. It's also made up of sclerenchyma cells. You can see here the structure of some cells given here. So in next lecture we will continue the next part, that is the animal tissue. I hope you have understand about the plant tissue. Thank you so much for watching video.